Modern cars are no longer just machines powered by fuel and metal. They are rolling computers. At the heart of many car electronic systems is the body control module, BCM, sometimes simply called a car BCM or BCM car. The BCM is like the car's nervous system. It is responsible for coordinating a wide range of electrical functions that make driving safe and comfortable. When the BCM goes bad, it can trigger confusing issues. Headlights flickering, power windows refusing to roll up, doors unlocking by themselves, or even the car failing to start. These are some of the other symptoms of a bad body control module, and knowing how to spot them early can save you costly repairs. In this guide, we'll break down everything you need to know about a bad car BCM, from the most common warning signs to how to test a body control module, repair options, reset methods, and the typical body control module repair cost. What is a body control module, or a car BCM? The body control module, BCM, is an electronic control unit, essentially a small onboard computer that manages non-engine related systems in a vehicle. If you think of the engine control unit, ECU, as the brain that controls performance, the BCM acts more like the central hub for comfort and safety features. Key car BCM functions include power windows and door locks, interior and exterior lighting, security systems and alarms, wipers, mirrors, and sometimes climate control. To visualize this, many service manuals include a body control module block diagram, which shows how the BCM links different sensors, switches, and actuators into one integrated system. Without it, your car's electronics would behave like disconnected parts with no central command. Symptoms of a bad body control module. When the body control module, BCM, starts to fail, the signs often appear in strange and inconsistent ways. That's because the BCM controls many electrical systems at once. Drivers often ask, what are the symptoms of a bad body control module? Or, what are the symptoms of a bad BCM? The answer can vary depending on the make and model of the vehicle, but several patterns are common. Some of the most noticeable bad body control module symptoms include electrical glitches, headlights flicker, dome lights stay on, or dashboard lights act erratically. Lock and window problems. Power locks may lock and unlock on their own, or windows may stop responding. Alarm system issues. The security system triggers without reason or fails to arm at all. Failure to start. In some cars, a bad BCM can prevent the ignition system from engaging, leaving the vehicle completely disabled. Accessory malfunctions. Wipers, mirrors, or even climate control systems stop working as expected. Also, in addition to the main symptoms of a bad body control module I mentioned above, there are several secondary or less obvious signs that many drivers overlook too, and they can also point to a failing BCM, especially when they appear all together. Battery drain or parasitic draw. A malfunctioning BCM can keep circuits powered even when the car is off, slowly draining the battery overnight. Instrument cluster malfunctions. Gauges may freeze, give false readings, or flicker unexpectedly. Random warning lights, ABS, airbag, traction control, or check engine lights may turn on without a related fault in those systems. Keyless entry or immobilizer issues. The BCM often communicates with your key fob or anti-theft system. Failure can cause the car not to recognize the key. Intermittent radio or infotainment problems. Audio system cutting out, screen flickering, or loss of Bluetooth connectivity. HVAC control issues. Blower motor may stay running, AC won't switch on, or climate settings reset themselves. Headlights and turn signals misbehaving. Lights may stay stuck on, fail to respond, or blink irregularly. Because the BCM is central to comfort and safety systems, these body control module symptoms can overlap with other electrical problems, making them tricky to diagnose. What may look like a failing alternator or dead battery could actually be the BCM for car acting up. How to test a body control module. Confirming whether you have a bad BCM requires more than just observing symptoms. Here's a step-by-step approach on how to test a body control module. Visual inspection. Start with the basics. Check for corrosion, loose wiring, or water damage near the BCM housing. Many times, moisture is the silent killer of electronics. Check the body control module fuse. A blown or weak fuse can mimic BCM failure. Always inspect and replace the fuse before assuming the module itself is bad. Scan for error codes. Use an OBD2 scanner to pull diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs. A healthy BCM will communicate with the scanner. If it fails to respond, that itself is a red flag. Multimeter testing. For a deeper test, use a digital multimeter to check input and output voltages at the BCM connectors. Readings outside the normal range suggest an internal fault. Perform a reset. Sometimes a simple body control module reset, via scanner or battery disconnect, can temporarily resolve glitches. If problems return, the BCM is likely failing. Testing is especially important because many systems are interconnected. A failing window switch or wiring harness can look like bad BCM symptoms, but the root cause may be elsewhere. Proper diagnosis prevents unnecessary body control module replacement. How to fix body control module problems. Once you've confirmed that the BCM is the source of your electrical headaches, the next step is figuring out whether it can be fixed or if it must be replaced. DIY checks versus professional service. If the issue is minor, like a loose connector, corroded wiring, or a blown body control module fuse, many drivers can handle the fix at home. Cleaning the contacts, reseating plugs, or swapping a fuse can sometimes bring a BCM back to life. However, when the BCM itself is damaged internally, repair requires advanced tools and knowledge. When body control module repair is possible, specialist shops can sometimes perform body control module repair by resoldering connections, replacing damaged circuits, or reflashing corrupted software. This option can save money compared to buying a brand new unit. Body control module repair cost? Costs vary depending on the vehicle and the type of repair. Fuse or wiring fix $20 to $100. Professional BCM repair $150 to $400. BCM replacement. Parts plus labor $300 to $800 or more for luxury models when replacement becomes necessary. If the BCM is water damaged, severely burned, or fails to communicate with diagnostic scanners, then body control module replacement is usually the only solution. In newer cars, replacements often require programming to match the vehicle's VIN and security system. Body control module reset and reprogramming. Sometimes a BCM problem isn't physical damage, but rather a software glitch. In these cases, a body control module reset can be the simplest solution. What is a body control module reset and when to try it? A reset clears stored error codes and reboots the module. This can be done with a professional OBD2 scanner, or in some cases, by disconnecting the battery for a set period. A reset is worth trying if symptoms are intermittent, such as flickering lights or random alarm triggers. How body control module programming works. If the BCM has been replaced or its software is corrupted, reprogramming is required. This process involves uploading the manufacturer's firmware to the module so it can properly communicate with other onboard computers. Only dealerships or advanced repair shops usually have the tools to perform this step. Does resetting solve all issues? Not always. A reset may clear temporary faults, but if the module is physically damaged or shorted, the problems will quickly return. Likewise, without proper body control module programming, a replacement unit won't function correctly and your car may still experience bad BCM symptoms like starting issues or malfunctioning lights. In short, try a reset first, repair when possible, but be prepared for body control module replacement if problems persist. How to reset Chevy body control module. Chevrolet vehicles, especially models like the Silverado and Malibu, are well known for BCM-related issues. Performing a body control module reset can sometimes clear faults and restore normal function without expensive repairs. General steps to reset a Chevy body control module. Turn off the ignition and remove the key. Disconnect the negative battery cable. Wait at least 10 to 15 minutes. Reconnect the cable, insert the key, and turn the ignition to on without starting the engine. Wait for the dashboard lights to cycle through, then start the vehicle. This method resets some BCM functions, but it's not always a complete fix, especially if deep programming errors are present. How to reset. Chevy body control module. Silverado with a scanner. For a Silverado, the most reliable reset is through an OBD2 diagnostic scanner. Connect the scanner to the diagnostic port. Select the body control module reset or clear BCM codes function. Follow on-screen instructions to complete the reset. This ensures all error codes are cleared and the module reboots correctly. How to reset? Chevy body control module without scanner. If you don't have access to a scanner, you can try the battery disconnect method. Remove both battery cables. Touch the positive and negative cables together for about 30 seconds. This discharges residual power. Reconnect cables, wait a few minutes, and start the vehicle. This may restore certain BCM functions, but it won't work for every problem. Will disconnecting battery reset BCM? Risks and limitations. Yes, disconnecting the battery can sometimes reset the BCM, but it has drawbacks. Radio presets, clock, and stored memory settings may be erased. Security systems may require resyncing. It may only temporarily mask deeper problems. If the BCM is physically damaged, battery disconnection won't solve the issue. Example. Case. Body control module, Chevy Malibu. The body control module. Chevy Malibu is notorious for failure due to water intrusion. A reset may temporarily restore lights or locks, but long-term fixes often require reprogramming or full module replacement. Malibu owners should pay close attention to recurring BCM symptoms after a reset. FAQs about bad car BCM. Can a bad BCM cause a car not to start? Yes. If the BCM fails to communicate with the ignition system or security module, the engine may not crank or start. How to tell if body control module is bad? Look for multiple unrelated electrical failures, locks, windows, lights, and alarms acting up at the same time. Testing with a scanner and multimeter confirms the diagnosis. Will disconnecting battery reset BCM? It may clear temporary glitches, but it's not a guaranteed fix and may erase other memory settings. What happens if I unplug my BCM? Unplugging the BCM will disable many systems at once. The car may not start, the lights and locks will stop working, and warning lights will appear on the dashboard. Do you have to reprogram a new body control module? Yes, in most cases. A new BCM must be programmed to match your car's VIN and communicate with other control units. How do you reset a Chevy control module? Use an OBD2 scanner for the most reliable reset. Battery disconnection can work for simple glitches, but professional tools ensure proper reboot and programming. Conclusion? A bad car BCM can create a chain reaction of electrical issues, flickering lights, failing locks, false alarms, or even a no-start condition. Because symptoms often mimic other problems, it's critical to start with how to test a body control module before attempting a reset or repair. In some cases, a body control module reset may clear temporary glitches, especially in models like the Silverado or Malibu. But lasting fixes often require body control module repair, reprogramming, or full replacement. Whenever in doubt, seek professional help. A trained technician has the tools to correctly diagnose, repair, or replace the BCM, saving you from unnecessary part swaps and higher long-term costs.